Good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to the All-State Hometown High School Football Game of the Week from Kenton Ridge High School, as the Cougars are going to be hosting the Raiders of Ben Logan. Now, tonight's football game being brought to you, as always, by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Lee Riley here with you, along with, as always, we're joined in with Gary Littell. And, Gary, let's check out the keys to victory for Ben Logan's Raiders, brought to you by Dave Cale Chevrolet.
Well, like any good team, Lee, you got to bounce back after being shut out last week, and that's just key for them. And the Ben Logan passing game needs to mix it up with shorter passes, those little dink passes we've talked about, and the defense is giving up way too many points. They got to tighten it up. Now, let's check out the players that you want to see for the Raiders.
Okay, for the Raiders, look for number 19, junior quarterback Tanner Perkins, who was on pace to match last year's passing output of some 1,423 yards. On defense, it's big number 58. That's Noah Clark, a senior defensive lineman who leads the defense with 7 solo tackles. And, Gary, what about our homestanding Kenton Ridge Cougars and their keys to victory tonight?
Well, tonight, one of their big things they have to do is they need to pressure the quarterback, and they have to clean up the passing game, giving up way too many INTs. And the defense needs to keep Ben Logan off the scoreboard. Now let's check out the players for the Cougars.
Of course, number 2, look for senior quarterback Dylan Lehman. He's thrown for 248 yards, and he's rushed for 221 yards in just 2 games. But as Gary had mentioned, the interceptions have to be cut back. He's thrown for 6. On defense, number 56, that's Seth Anderson at inside linebacker. He seems to be always around the football. He's got 11 solo tackles and 12 assists so far this year. Now let's check out our weekly football poll as we see who you think will win tonight's football game of the week. And tonight it looks like you're picking the Kenton Ridge Cougars by 84%. Now you can take part in our weekly poll by following us on Facebook. You can do it anytime. Just go to www.facebook.com/localtv for me. We'll have more of the pregame as the teams will be taking the field. We'll have eyes on the officials and, of course, our opening kickoff. It's the All-State Hometown High School Football Game of the Week as Kenton Ridge is hosting Ben Logan on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, Muffler Brothers of Springfield, Urbana, and Fairborn, and the IH Credit Union.
At Dave Cale Chevrolet and Chevrolet Trucks, we are proud that customers keep coming back to purchase vehicles. Now we have a brand new showroom that will help us serve our customers better.
We give every customer specialized attention to find the right vehicle at the right price, and we have a wide variety of new and used vehicles to choose from.
Visit us at Dave Cale Chevrolet and experience no-nonsense car shopping.
The best place to purchase a new or used vehicle is at Dave Cale Chevrolet in Mechanicsburg, Ohio.
Springfield's pharmacy is Harding Road Pharmacy, located 1.5 miles north of the hospital on North Plum Street and Harding Road. Harding Road Pharmacy has been locally owned since 1950.
We not only fill prescriptions that are ready when you are, but our friendly professional staff is always available to answer questions and provide free delivery. We're proud to serve our community, and we invite you to experience why Harding Road Pharmacy is Springfield's hometown pharmacy.
Harding Road Pharmacy is open 7 days a week for prescriptions that are ready when you are.
Heading down the gauntlet right now, we welcome you back to Kenton Ridge High School. Here come the Cougars, trying to go 2-1 this season as they leave their locker rooms. Ben Logan still not out onto the field, but there's the home team. Senior night here at Kenton Ridge High School. And
right here at Richard L. Phillips Field.
Richard L. Phillips Field, yes. And let's check the officials, Gary. Brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons. And the men in stripes tonight are going to be huffing and puffing down the field are who, Gary?
Well, look for a referee. He's the guy in the white hat tonight. And you'll see him on the right-hand side there. That's Russ Thayer. Your umpire is James Milligan. Linesman Larry Saunders. And the line judge is Scott Roddy. The back judge is Martin Borgerdine. So there they are right there. Right at the 50-yard line for you.
And the Eyes on the Officials have been brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, where seeing is believing. The way we had it is that Ben Logan is going to be kicking off. Kenton Ridge will be receiving as Ben Logan won the toss and deferred to the second half.
Yeah, but the big story of the whole game here so far is the change in the quarterbacks. The quarterback that was going to be starting was Tanner Perkins, and he's out with an injury right now, and he was a junior, so they're going to put in Austin McGowan, who's a sophomore tonight, and he's going to be up against that Kenton Ridge defense.
Yeah, and we were trying to look for some statistics for him. This is going to be his first foray into the ball games, and we'll see how it goes because their quarterback, who has been doing very well not only last year but this year as well, is Tanner Perkins, and it's some kind of thumb injury, I think, and quarterbacks a lot of times will get that by hitting a helmet.
Yeah, exactly, or else you get it pinned back. We saw that go with the Bengal quarterback last season towards the end.
Bengals have a football team?
They have a team that is the South team, and the one up north is still trying to find is trying to become a team. How about that?
Boy, you said wise words right there. And, of course,
things don't change, do they?
Yeah, they really don't. Just the faces. The one nice thing is this is the third game of the year. So what you're seeing tonight, I think, is probably going to be what it's going to be like the rest of the season.
And also what you find out with a lot of the coaches this time in this game, about midway through, they'll see what they have and what they really have to work on and who's not going to be starting maybe next week. So This is really important for the players that are on the field tonight starting as we get set for this kickoff.
And it'll be interesting. Ben Logan wants to go by kicking off. And they got kind of a small roster, not like Catholic Central has been for years, but a little bit smaller after last week when there were 3 pages full on both the ball clubs.
Yeah, well, you get into the GWAC and you're going to see those rosters like 2 or 3 pages. And but with the CBC, except for Ben Logan in the years past, used to have some pretty good numbers. Kenton Ridge actually has some more numbers than I've seen here in a while. Even last year, it's about the same, I guess, same turnout. But it should be a pretty good game tonight. Especially, it's going to be real surprising to see what this quarterback's like for Ben Logan, and that's pretty much why they probably get a kick off, because they want to see what happens with Kenton Ridge right away and get their guy back into this game somehow.
And this is one of the games that is starting at 7 o'clock. There have been a lot of games that if they have artificial turf or the synthetic turf, they're putting it off till 7:30, 8 o'clock. Some of these schools, as Taggart Beatty will be kicking off for the Ben Logan Raiders. Well, that's a nice kick, too. End over end, down at the 15, 20, and trying to putting his head down and trying to come up with a couple of extra yards, and coming up with that return for Kenton Ridge, and that being Carson Jones.
And he's going to start out there in the backfield. You're going to look for him quite a bit running tonight.
Yeah, he is number 2 as far as rushing is concerned for the Kenton Ridge Cougars.
What you want to try to see for Kenton Ridge is to get Lehman settled down right away and try to get him to get some good short passes and move the chains.
You said the key right there. Get some nice, short, crisp passes as they are lined up. And he's going to run the football. He has 221 yards, but he's not going to go anywhere. That was not a horse collar. So he had a whole bunch of material on the back of that uniform and yanked him down.
Kalen Stoner was in on that tackle. Watch this play as it comes to your right here. They're going to grab him, not really a horse collar, but he grabs him around the shoulder pads, and then he just puts him right down to the turf.
Bam.
You don't want to see that happen to your quarterback this early in the game.
No, not this early. Out into the flat. Nice pass. And
Drew Miller
is quick.
Drew Miller has a nice reception there, and Drew is such a good athlete and a good kid. Last year he had to sit out the first few games because he had a real bad, you can see the elbow brace on him. Had a bad elbow injury on the last play of the scrimmage last season. So he's back in full strength, so look for him to do some damage tonight.
I'm really impressed. Remember last week when the ball ended up being on a toss, a lateral, but the way Lehman lines it up, it's always going to be a forward pass. Man in motion. Lehman looking at it into the flat again.
He's got Dybert.
Receiver. First down at the 40. Well, that was a nice play. As Dybert came up with the football. And he's the Calvin Dybert, the number 2 receiver.
Now you can see Dybert come out here breaking out in the flat, and the pass is right on the money. Nobody else is going to catch that. It's on the outside, and he takes about good 8-9 yards more to make it go out of bounds and stops the clock there.
And Stoner, he was trying to watch 2 people at once. Oh, up the middle. Nice hole. This is going to be good for about 4 or 5 yards, and then he's going to be thumped backwards. Let's see where they give the forward progress. But nice hole there. And coming up running the football will be Wetzel. And
Weichel had that carry there. Weichel had that just trying to go up the middle there. And they're going to try to – you can watch the 2 backs in the back there. You're going to find, Weichel's going to be there. And these guys are going to be interchangeable parts here as we watch Lehman with just 1 lone back.
1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-3 defense set up by the Raiders of Ben Logan. Got men coming in motion. High snap, but Lehman keeps it, and he is met rudely right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. There's not going to be any pickup there at all. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, looking at 68's picking him up there, and I thought he was trying to push him back down, but that's Gabe Hemmelgarn. And he was trying to help him out. And I thought they were having words, but no, he was actually trying to help him up. He just put him down on the ground and said, let me help you up, but it's a long ways down there.
3rd down and about 8 yards to go for that 1st down. Nice snap. Got a man out again in the flat.
There goes Miller.
50-yard line.
That's Miller.
Miller takes it across the 50 and inside of the Ben Logan Raiders territory. Watch how this goes.
Watch the replay here. You're going to see Drew Miller come on an out pattern. Same pattern that we had with Dybert before. Comes across, catches it at the 50, turns it up. And he has real nice speed once he gets that ball. So if he gets open, he's going to gain a lot of yardage tonight.
Boy, the safeties that are playing really soft in that secondary right now. And some nice plays set up, too. On the
this is a reverse
game.
Here. This is a
reverse
pass.
Coming up. Oh, he
wide open.
Got Lehman wide open. Oh, he had it. Had it at the 20, just could not reel it in. That was 7 points, 6 points.
Now watch this play here. He's going to get the snap. Now watch the handoff, and then his pitch back, and Dybert's going to be throwing the ball. He throws the ball from the 50. Doesn't get got enough air underneath it, and right into the hands, and he just drops it. Otherwise, that was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
Real nice play, but when you have a play like that, don't be afraid to not come back to that later on in the game.
Come back right now. That probably would work. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. We got that 4-man front, but this Ben Logan team has impressed me on defense so far. Motion man again. Lehman keeps the football. There was an opening over left tackle, wide open as he took it inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. That's going to be a pickup on the play of just about 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd down at about 4.
And big number 62, Zach Forshee, was one of the offensive guards that just was plowing ahead there, and he's taken on some big defenders for Ben Logan, but he really opened a nice hole up for his quarterback, and there you can see where the chains are moved. It's a pretty good gain.
Yeah, it's a very good gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go for the 1st down. Switching around in the backfield.
Looks like a blitzer coming on the outside.
Lehman keeps it again, and you run right at that blitz, and you run right by him. And Lehman did the nice job. He did not hand it off, saw what was coming, held on to it, and took it upfield.
Yeah, watch here. You can see the blitz came, and he went right by him, blew right by him, and a real nice run there. And, again, that line on that side over there is really doing a good job for Kenton Ridge. You got the big bodies over there, Leffel, and really moving some bodies to help out his quarterback. Pretty much, pretty balanced game so far, Lee.
Yeah, that was just like an old-fashioned draw play right there. Lehman looking out into the flat, got his man, and going to be knocked out of bounds. Weichel gets the football.
Weichel gets that one.
Yep. Weichel gets it, and let's see where they're going to mark it and spot it. That's a nice pickup.
And those are those passes we've
yards.
talked about, Lee. Just those out patterns. And Kenton Ridge seems to be one of the few teams that really uses that a lot. You won't see probably too much across the middle, but that out pattern is pretty effective, and you can really move the chains and give your quarterback, some time to run the ball.
Lehman's got some quick feet, and he sets up, squares up, and he's got the person out into the flat. That's why that does it. You got a good quarterback. And he rolls. Had a man open, but did not throw it. But
oh, boy, reversed his field.
Running room.
And
he got
he
that
has the
corner
speed.
down to the 10. He's across. Touchdown.
Boy, was that a nice play. Talk about being in trouble. I wanted him to throw the ball away, but he said, hey, I have the speed. Now watch him come over here, folks. He's coming over to the right side, and he reverses his field, goes all the way back across, gets a nice block here, protection block. Kenton Ridge player didn't know who to block because there was no one there, and he just flat out outran around the corner Tanner Onspach. So he goes in for a touchdown.
Boy, that's a bad feeling. He was out there on an island all by himself, Onspach.
And Dybert is here setting up here to do the extra point attempt.
And Lehman will be holding. Good snap. Here's the kick. It's on its way, and it is good. So with, let's see how much time we got on the scoreboard, 7:51 left here in this first quarter, and striking first butt will be the Kenton Ridge Cougars. Well, look at that, man. 76
so you're just coming across there, and you're looking at Noah Hill. Noah's a big boy, and he can move some bodies around as Dybert comes off the field after that extra point. And Coach Morales should feel pretty happy about the way they moved the ball, both passing and running, and it controlled it. And if you think about it, no penalties on that first drive.
You know, we'll see what kind of defense Kenton Ridge has got now, because they lost 4 of their top tacklers from a year ago, top tacklers who accounted for 284 tackles for that defense.
And you want to look at this when you're looking at number 56, Seth Anderson tonight. He's the one that's their leading tackler for, and actually is one of the top leading tacklers not only on this team but in the league so far. But he's the one that's going to be going after a brand new quarterback who's going to be Austin McGowan, and he's a sophomore. So and he could have a terrific game or a bad game or make this a learning experience. But
it's got to be. Yeah, that's the key.
He has some butterflies going right now. You can guarantee that.
This year he's 0 for 1 passing. Well, that's a nice end over end kick. Going to be taken back at about the 10-yard line, running across the field as you can see, and trying to find the corner.
He's got a hole.
He's got it, and we'll take it out almost to the 40-yard line. Well, that was a nice run. And don't forget our Athlete of the Week, brought to you by International Harvester Credit Union, and that being Calvin Dybert. And Calvin, a good kid.
Really good kid. And it's one of the amazing things about, his family and with Calvin. One of the interesting things that most people don't know is that he did not start playing football until he was in the 8th grade. And here he is now doing has tremendous numbers, receiving, and he's one of the leading pass receivers in the CBC, and also he's kicking some extra points. So
he's doing pretty good too.
And he's tall. He has that height that gets him up there, and he can bring that ball down exactly when you need to do it.
Well, coming into the ball game, he had 9 receptions for 201 yards. That's an average of 22 yards a catch.
Yeah, and I don't know. They have him listed, Dybert, as as 6'4", and that's pretty accurate right there.
Very accurate. Ball gets to about the 40, and still running with the football, and can hardly be brought down. And that being big number 32. So let's see. We've got number 32, and that being Stoner.
And then Cordell, the other 32, brought him down. Robert Cordell, he's a senior. And Dybert's dropping down here to do man-to-man coverage down here on their leading receiver. And that's the guy we talked about earlier in the game.
Pitch back against Stoner. Got a little bit of right. Well, this guy, I'd feed him all night. He just runs over people. He's up to about the 50-yard line. Of course, that's going to be plenty for the first down.
You look at Blake Peterson. Blake Peterson and Dybert match up pretty well, but if you look at them on the field together, it looks like Peterson has probably maybe another inch and a half on Dybert.
I think easy.
And Dybert's 6'4", so that's, if you're Dybert, you're chomping at the bit with a brand new quarterback playing man-to-man with their number 1 receiver.
I wonder how tight he'll play him. Keep an eye on him. And there it is.
No passes yet.
Straight up the middle with the run.
Look at that.
Here he goes.
Dybert with the tackle.
They're just feeding him run after run after run. And you know what? If I was the coach over there, I'd do that all night long.
I wouldn't even go to the air one time. If you're getting that type of effectiveness out of your running back, just stick with it.
Just keep handing him the football.
Watch him and watch Dybert come out here and make that tackle. If he doesn't, there's only one man back there, and that's Drew Miller.
Nice play.
Drew's pretty fast. He can run him down too, but that guy's pretty big running back.
Yes. Taking their time. Still got about 16 seconds. You know, here's his first pass of the game. It's high.
That's almost
almost intercepted.
Oh, boy.
As a matter of fact, I think it scared him more than anything
Carson
else.
Jones.
Carson Jones.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He goes,
watch this pass. Now watch. This is the first pass that they have on this brand new quarterback, McGowan. And he's going to go with the trips on the right-hand side. And he's going to try to go to the man in the slot, I believe. He goes back.
Snap.
There he goes. Tries to go in the slot. Just overthrows it. And, in and out of the hands. And everybody's grabbing their helmets saying, we had that. And coming across there was Seth Anderson holding his head.
Good old tip drill. Handing it off again. Stoner with the football. Stoner breaks one tackle, and then he runs into about 4 or 5 of the Cougars and is finally down at about the 25-yard line, Gary.
And we're going to tell you what he weighs, but they don't have that listed on their roster. So we're just making up weights here, but he's a pretty good-sized guy, and he's probably at least 6'1", at least, too.
At least.
Or at least 6'2", but he's a big guy, as big as their wide receiver, Peterson.
What is he, about 210?
Oh, I'd say he's more than that.
Nice pass out into the flat, some running
completion.
room. Boy, this Ben Logan so far very impressive as they had 2 plays to pick up 10 yards, and they got the first down, and the ball is going to be marked inside the 20, Gary.
Carson Jones is going to come over here from that corner position. He's got man-to-man coverage. He's going to the outside, and he comes from the safety position. I take it back and takes him out on the corner. From the safety was Drew Miller, number 9, coming across.
Mm-hmm. Ball at about, the 17, 18-yard line, 1st and 10. They pitch it. Guess what? Yeah, keep going with him. And the Stoner still up, and finally is going to be shoved out of bounds, and that's the only way he's going to go down. He's got some great balance and some good speed, and, boy, he's big.
Coming across there is Seth Anderson, and that's when we talked about at the beginning of the game tonight. Seth Anderson is going to have to pick it up, and so far he's doing his job tonight.
Boy, Stoner picked up about 4 yards. We'll call it second down at about 6 for the first down.
Yeah, this is a big play here for Kenton Ridge. They get him stopped down here and get him into a passing situation.
Yeah, there goes
Stoner again.
Stoner again.
Nobody got him.
Yeah, nobody. He got to the hole and nobody was there. He finally cut back. Nice play by Stoner.
And this line is big. Watch the right side of the line because that's where he's going to go. He's going to go off that A gap. And he's coming off. He has a guard pulling that's going to do some blocking. And look at that cutback.
I'm going to go the other way. Yeah.
And they're doing some double teaming over there on that far side. Here's the 1st and goal.
Look at that 6-yard line. Just like that. They have moved the football well. Guess who gets it? Stoner. He's got it open. He gets down to the goal line, and that is going to be a touchdown for Ben Logan. Wow, it was just like going through butter, yeah. Wow, they have.
Now watch, look at that hole.
Well.
That hole is so big, and look at his. He's just trying to drag all the defenders in there, and hanging on his back for dear life was Braden Holt, doing all he could.
Right, yeah.
But again, this is one of those things that we've always seen with Kenton Ridge. You got to tackle low. You cannot tackle high and try to grab a guy that size. He's not going down. He's going to just take you with him.
That's the way Jim Brown was back in his heyday for the Cleveland Browns. All right, let's see the extra point. Here's the snap. It's good. Here's the kick.
Blocked.
It's blocked.
Oh, how good is that for Kenton Ridge, huh?
As Allen could not get the ball up. It was kind of a line drive. So they're saying they give him credit to Anderson for blocking that. So with how much time left here in this first quarter? This has been a good first quarter. 5.5 minutes remaining, and it is 7-6. And those are the kind of things that come back to haunt you.
Well, one thing that Kenton Ridge has to do on their next attempt when Ben Logan has that ball is you got to hit him low. You got to get to him in the backfield. We're talking about their running back Stoner before he can get going. But you cannot do the typical, let's just tackle him high, because that's not going to work. You're going to lose the ball game.
All right.
See, if the offense does what they did last time, they had a terrific drive, real balance
Both
with
teams
running
had
and
great
passing.
first drives. Yes, you're absolutely right, Gary.
Yeah, they had a really good game plan coming in here, and I know the coaches were worried about the quarterback throwing the ball. We were talking about Tanner Perkins, but he's out. So that, what they have, 2 passes there for the new quarterback.
They
didn't need to pass.
Actually, that pass that was almost intercepted probably could have been caught and just went off the fingertips. As it is Ben Logan walking around there. Am I on the right kickoff team? There we go. Back deep and standing on the far side of the field is Yoler. As taking his time. 5.5 minutes remaining here in this first quarter of action. It's been a good one, too. 7-6 in favor of Kenton Ridge. And here's the kick. Just kind of pooched it. Yeah, at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's to Miller.
Oh, what a nice block. Miller with the ball. Miller still on his feet, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds, and he crossed the 50 to about the 45-yard line. There's another flag, as there's some extra curricular activity down here on this far side of the field, and that was actually away. We may see it. That was away from from Miller.
Now watch, Miller has got a good block there. That's a clean block there. Now look downfield here is where you're going to see some activity.
Number 1, yeah.
And that's the other Lehman, and that's Kalen Lehman, and that's throw the flag. Let's see what we got. You're going to look for the call from the referee in the white hat right there in the middle of your screen, and
Beatty, the one who kicked the football, he was the one that.
Yeah, but you do not want to kick that ball to Miller because he's got some speed, as you just saw.
But I will, I will have to say that who was it? Ethan Yoler got a great block.
Yeah, it's going to be holding. It's a holding, and it's going to go against Kenton Ridge here, and they're asking the coach. Personal foul. Offsetting fouls.
Yes.
So the offset.
So you're going to kick it again.
Yep.
All that for offsetting fouls. Remember the ball game that we did a while back where they marched the ball off 15 yards one way?
And I'm not so surprised it wasn't at this field as I recall. Yeah, because I remember sitting here and we both looked at each other. It was a pretty funny call. So it's ball's gonna be.
Don't forget, you can pick up your copy today, and we are talking about the sports page. The fall edition is in newsstands and sponsor locations all around the area. You can go to www.localtvforme.com. And some of the sponsors, Gary?
You could go to, Sunoco, that's Sonny's drive-thru, and that's a great place on 1st and St. Paris Pike. You got other gas stations around the area. You got Amco and Muffler Brothers, all sorts of places you can go in this town to pick up that newspaper. And it has all the schools that we have, and it shows the rosters and some nice stories in there, and it's a neat thing to have. And on your refrigerator, you know what games are coming out and what we're doing next.
My refrigerator is ready to fall over with all the stuff with magnets. My wife is big into magnets. Michael was open. He had some space, but just could not get up with the ball. It was really pretty low. From Lehman. That's the worst pass I think he's thrown so far this evening. High snap. Go out into the flat. Miller with the football, and he's going to have to go down as he slips down at about the 34-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup on the play of about 5 yards, make it third down, and 5 yards to go for the first down.
Now, if you're Ben Logan, I think you want to start playing these receivers a little tighter. They're giving them a good 6-7 yards, and they know that Lehman can throw the ball, but when they pull themselves up, that opens up lanes for Lehman to run.
And wide open in the flat all the time, and they're getting space. As changing things around.
Dibert in motion.
Was Dibert.
Looking for Dibert across the middle.
Looking again.
He's got Dibert.
And almost intercepted.
Well, he came back. Drew Miller came back, and if he doesn't come back, that's an interception. Now watch this on the replay. He has plenty of a time. There's a flag on the play, but we'll watch this replay anyway. Divert's going to come right across the screen from you. There's Miller. You can't see him. He's out of our picture. Lehman comes back, throws across his chest, and he's just behind him, but Miller does a good job getting his elbow in there and knocking it down, and he's the kid right there that has a bad elbow to begin with. So
Joel Abbott almost had himself an interception for Ben Logan.
That would not have been good because that would have been great field position for Ben Logan as there's a flag on the field. See what our referee is going to say on this.
I don't know. They're looking over toward.
It's Russ Thayer out there, Lee.
Bench.
Oh, Russ is not too busy tonight so far. It's against Kenton Ridge here. There it is. It's going to be holding.
What else could it be on a pass play? And that was the kind of play, too, where Lehman was moving. His linemen say, we don't want you hit. We want to keep you upright for the entire season. And he held it.
And they
we all do that.
And, as much time as he had, that's what took place. So
You're right. Absolutely.
And I thought Dybert was going to come across the middle there, and it wasn't Dybert at all. It was Drew Miller.
Yeah.
And Drew's having a good game tonight. And a lot of these Kenton Ridge kids, real solid people in the school and the community. And it's a good team to come and see if you're in this area.
About 15 years ago, Miller in motion. Now he sets up. Lehman's still moving people around the way he wants.
Dybert back around this side, and he's moving.
Clock down to
Look
6.
for Dybert. That was just a takedown for there's a
yeah,
penalty.
that is going to be pass interference.
Just get
Lehman
down.
is still
Lehman,
looking to find some running room, and it's going to be dumped.
See, I don't know why he's looking for a free play, but he should have just gotten down on the ground and not gotten hurt. Look at right in front of your screen.
Right there, he's tackled.
On the replay, and that's going to bring him all the way back. That's just, watch. Right, we can see it again, but here's the call from the official, and that's pretty obvious what happened to Dybert. And Dybert, probably sold that a little bit, but I don't think he had to do it too much.
That's going to be interesting because are they going to go from where he was dumped, where he lost yardage, or are they going to go to the line of scrimmage and mark it out there?
If they go from where he was dumped, that's where that flag's line, and you can't quite see it. It's on the 30-yard line. So if they do that, that's going to be, pretty good chunk of yardage. Let's see where they mark it off here.
Okay, here goes up to the
right to the 30 where the flag is from where it happened. There you go.
Yep.
That's where he's going. So 5 there and 10 and
10.
That's a first down. That should be a first down.
That is a first down.
Yep.
First down by about 2 yards.
And there's the guy he's looking at, and he's talking to the counterpart for Dybert. That's Blake Peterson, the wide receiver, who's also playing man-to-man on Dybert. And they're going to be at it all night long. That's going to be kind of a fun matchup to see.
But everything's
watch and see if Dybert goes into him at all tonight.
All right. Watch the secondary. They're really, really playing a soft defense so far. Lehman with it. He's going to keep it. Well, he's got some running room. Look out. They're going for the football. Yeah, there's first down. And it's going to be about a 12-yard gain. They take it down into Ben Logan territory. First down.
Now, I want you to see this hole that's created on the left side of this line. Now, watch these big linemen there just moving this hole up. And look at that hole. Boom. Real nice block coming across there. And everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. Shooting across there is level. And first down for Kenton Ridge.
It's nice that Lehman's done that. He's going to hand off and found himself a big hole.
Well, it's that give and go, and he has a couple options there. There it is again. He's going to hand it off this time. Look out.
To the far sideline.
Look out for speed.
He's got some running room. Look out. Down to the 20, down to the 15, the 10-yard line. And with that big run.
Matt Weichel.
Weichel with that big pickup from about the 48-yard line, Gary, all the way down to the 10.
Yeah, well, as a parent, I'd be screaming, and we have we have Daddy up here in the press box with us right now tonight, and he's not making too much noise, but we're beautiful. He didn't make a sound. Beautiful run.
Ball is, what do we got, the 8-yard line? First and goal from there. This offense has impressed me so far, Gary. There's nobody in the backfield.
They just, hang onto the ball and keep it consistent. That's all they have to do tonight. And they got to shut down Stoner when they get the ball.
Absolutely.
Offense is okay. Here's
Lehman with the football. He keeps it. Look at that. Moving around. Did he get in for the score?
He's in for the
and touchdown for Kenton Ridge. Did you see the way he just kind of shucked and jived all the way down?
I like his vision. Watch his vision downfield. He's not there. Not there. I'll come back this way. Yep. And who's he going after there? Cutting across there is Leffel again, number 64.
Yeah.
He's staying with his man, not right on main first contact, but down the field and moving the Ben Logan player around. As Dybert is waiting for his tea. Not the tea you drink, but his kicking tea.
Crumpets.
Look at that clock there.
Oh, there's plenty of time. 16 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this. It's pretty quick, huh?
First quarter.
Almost blocked is good.
And it is good. So with the scoreboard reading 4 minutes and 10 seconds, Gary, it is a 14-6 Kenton Ridge lead. We have seen from both ball clubs a lot of good offense.
Yeah, the defense on both sides is a little suspect right now. And, that's something I think that Coach Murata and everybody else up on the press box are going to be saying, you know what, we got to really – Stoner's their guy. So their quarterback's not there. We got to go ahead and take Stoner out of the game and make those low tackles. Now, I want to see if they can change it, Lee. because we've said it year in and year out. You cannot tackle high, and I won't say it anymore tonight. But if you're going to see that, you got to hit him low in the backfield before he gets a chance to go.
I can remember seeing many ball games here, and that is the case. So they need to get the tackling better.
He's not going to throw it, Lee. I think you go ahead and you send a couple blitzes in on there and get him in the backfield like you're going to do a quarterback sack, and you're going to might have some luck.
See, being only one pass coming into this ball game, the deal is you need to pressure him, because there's going to be that point where he's going to go, uh-oh, I need to get rid of it, and chuck it somewhere where there's only the Kenton Ridge Cougars jerseys. All right, we are ready for the kickoff. And they're back deep at about the 10-yard line. Well, it's a great kick. Caught at about the 12 and then fumbled, picks the ball back up, and it's going to be, whoa.
This is going to be a big hit.
Stoner said, they said to Stoner, the way you're running, we're going to take care of it.
I think coming down
what was
there,
that number?
Well, I think it's Brendan Conley. I'm not so sure. Let's see if 43 comes across through there.
He gets a good bounce.
All right. And right there is the hit. And let's see who comes up. There's two of them down. 43's there. Yeah, I think 43 was Conley was in on that, and there was another one right below him. So it was two bodies
hitting. What a great tackle.
Two bodies hitting at once. Now, here's the trick. Stoner's in the backfield. He's the big running back there by the quarterback, the sophomore.
Here's the pitch to him. He fumbles the football. He's got a case of fumbleitis as the ball is at about the 16. Who came up with it?
And I think they're going to get it back. And I think that recovery
looks like
is
Ben Logan did come up with it.
Yeah, and I think
the big guy.
Peterson got it, I think.
Yeah, he did. As Peterson.
Number 19 gets that fumble recover.
There's number 8. Oh, they're giving it to McGowan.
No. Look at it cutting through here is coming up as Peterson has it on here.
That's what I thought. Yeah, Peterson got it. So he comes up with it back at the 16-yard line.
Good shot of the field there with our camera crew here tonight.
Second down at about 12
to go.
Here
comes a pass.
Boy, he is rolling too. Can he get his man? No, short. And doing some nice defensive coverage down there was Carson Jones.
And that just shows you how young the quarterback is. He's just a little tentative on that rollout. That ball has to come out real fast, otherwise the defense has a chance to set up.
But that's what you need to do. You need to go, okay, let's pressure him and see what he does. Now, that been any higher, it could have been an interception.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. And that's
the
first.
You and I are going to dig a couple of holes and change. Oh, that nice pass.
Oh,
that was a real nice
almost
pass.
Picked by Seth again.
Yeah, that was a nice pass, nice route by Blake Peterson, but he just couldn't come up with the football.
Now watch Seth Anderson, number 56 on your screen here. As he rolls, he throws it basically right short of him. Now watch, there's Peterson, or
coming across.
Seth Anderson, and he's right there, and it goes right through Peterson's hands. And
yeah, that was a catchable ball.
Yeah, and this is the first
work.
punt. So this is a pretty good change of defense here for Kenton Ridge, versus that first series they had.
Who's back deep? Miller?
They've already blocked. They've already blocked an extra point. See if they send somebody here on the punt.
Well, that's what you need to do with this defense. Play clock is down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and it's a high snap, but got the kick off.
And just kind of get away from it.
From it.
Oh,
Miller gets it. He got a nice bounce, too.
Boy.
He's going to get the corner. He makes a nice cut. That's another touchdown. And it's going to go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line at about the 18-yard line.
Now watch this. He's going to take it on one hop.
Yeah, good hop.
And he has open field there. And most people, if he doesn't take it on the hop, it's going to roll back. And
Sure.
That's his decision. But look at what he did with that choice. He followed his blockers and downfield, making a nice block and doing what he was supposed to do. Is Carson Jones, the other running back. And he goes out of bounds, and look where that ball's placed. It's at the 19-yard line.
I think the Raiders were a little bit, they're coming down. They're going, okay, it's just going to bounce. He picked it up, and he just ran with it. Nice play by Miller.
Well, your first thought is just to get away from it.
Yeah, it is. Lehman looking. Uh-oh, let's go. Is this going to be, jump ball in the end zone? It's going to go incomplete.
Now watch this coverage here by Peterson. Peterson's also a wide receiver, which makes it beneficial to him to being a cornerback because he knows the move. Now Dybert comes in, and watch him go back out towards the corner of the end zone.
They're about the same height, aren't they?
I think Peterson's a little higher, but look at Dybert's his vertical is pretty good. So I keep working on them as a player comes in there for Kenton Ridge. Scooting in there is going to be Ethan Yaller, and they're sending him back out and saying, "You're not in there."
Who was that, Hill?
It is a TV game.
Lehman heading up the middle, got it inside the 15. And it's going to be, about the 16, 17-yard line. He picks up about 6 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 4 yards to go. Inside the 15, down to about the 12. We're down to 2:39 remaining here in this first quarter. It's been kind of a long first quarter, to be honest with you.
Sure has. And that's, one of those passing completions that really slows down the game. That
out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, they're going to try it again. This is third down, and I think
somebody moved.
I'm trying to think who that was.
I think they jumped. It looks like Ben Logan might have done. Let's see what happens here.
Was that Stoner?
Here's the call from the ref. Yep, it's offside.
Encroachment, offsides. So it's going to bring up. Still. Let's see. Did they get the first down? Well, they did, because that's going to move it inside the 10. So it's actually first and goal. First and goal for the Kenton Ridge Cougars. And, of course, that was because of that great punt return by Miller, who just took it all the way down the field and was very nice. Lehman has come up with some good plays here, too, running and passing as well. Nobody in the backfield. Getting the football.
Weichel.
Weichel with it.
Touchdown.
That was a nice play.
Touchdown.
Weichel came back on kind of a counter, got the football. There was a wide open hole there, Gary, and it's a touchdown. There you go. Take a look at this.
And now watch. He's going to get the snap. He's going to come from the right side, and he gets that H-back position. Almost slipped, but he got his footing back, and he went north, south, and in this case he went south, and he scored a touchdown.
McHenry, did you see him? McHenry threw a nice block out there for him after he slipped. And some of the Raiders were going the other direction too, as in there to hold the foot. Nice snap. And there's the kick. It's up, and it is good.
He got a little more foot into that one. The last time was a little. I think he was worried about getting it blocked, but
not
went up
that
there
time.
And put it up there. So if you look at the scoreboard, there we go. We got ourselves a pretty good ball game here.
As it is now 21-6. And, that's the way to do it is you get a break on that punt return that shouldn't have been a punt return, and all of a sudden you're ahead 21-6.
Everybody up here in the press box says just get away with, I was saying the same thing. Just get away from it. But the way it bounced, it had I thought it was going to hit another player that was coming down to block. So it was done really well by Drew Miller, and it's so fun to see him back there.
Don't forget, we got our throw for dough coming up. And one of these athletic departments could get $500, just like last week for the Raiders. Hannah Logston and Macy Wills for the Kenton Ridge Cougars. And I keep wanting to remember her name.
Yeah, well, Macy, Macy, I taught her in 7th grade along with a lot of these players on the field and cheerleaders. And,
of course,
and she's a senior, and it's kind of amazing to see that she's a senior already and just moving on. So congratulations to her. And hopefully she gets $500.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nice. As we gave away $500
last
week.
Last Saturday at Springfield.
Nice throw through that banner. Kicking off, Kenton Ridge.
A little short kick this time.
Yeah, nice end over end. And it just bounces. They let it go. And
they almost had a shot at that.
Ben Logan walking around like they're in a dream, some of them.
Yeah.
As coming up with that football was Stoner, but he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Brendan Conley just almost got there before the ball did. And
yes.
He was the one that made the tackle. And that's.
Ben Logan just kind of stood around.
It's like, you got to remember, it's a free ball. So, it's anybody's shot. Now, again, here's the Stoner game. And see if they can get him stopped. And he's coming. He's big. Folks, I wish we had a weight on him.
Yeah, I do too.
Kane and Stoner. And he's also a linebacker. And down here at the bottom, we got Peterson on with Dybert, man-to-man coverage at the top and the bottom.
Snap back.
There's Stoner.
Boy, Stoner found his hole. He was just kind of looking, and then veered out to the left. He'll pick up a couple, but it looked like he wasn't going to get anything.
Now shooting in there is 56, and that's going to be Seth Anderson, who's just the tackling machine here for Kenton Ridge. But if you see it, he's tackling lower than they have been in the past, and that's dropping Stoner before he gets the momentum going.
Brings up second down, about 8 yards to go for the first down.
Guess we
for
get
Ben Logan.
Yep.
Nice pass in the flat. That was quick. Good play as they get it out across the 25. Or out across the 30, excuse me.
Now watch, he'll look over here to the left, waiting for that snap, and he's got Peterson. Looks like a handoff, and he goes directly over there for that outlet pass. Coverage is a little slack over there, and the quarterbacks on both sides come back. Drew Miller back there in case he gets away, but finally get to him, and that on that play, shooting through there is going to be Josh Skeens, another senior.
Soft coverage on that dude. It's going to be third down and about 4 yards to go for Ben Logan.
There goes
There's
Stoner.
the pitch.
They got to hit him low. And
they got a gang tackle, and that's exactly what they did, Gary.
I think what you have to do is somebody's got to hit him low. It's low-high. Somebody's going to come up. And Zach Forshee, a big unit in there. And Forshee came in there, and he was one of the guys that had some great blocks on that opening
Going to go
drive.
for it.
And let's see what happened here.
No, wait a minute. I think there was a timeout call,
it's timeout. So,
yeah,
but Zach Forshee, number 62, did some real good blocking on the offensive possessions that they've had, and right there with the defense. Good way to stop him. So I don't know. I think they might think about this.
I think they're going to punt.
If I'm Ben Logan, I think I know you got a pretty good shot with Stoner, but if you don't, and look at the scoreboard. I mean, that's the thing you got to be concerned about.
Well, and you give them great field position once again.
35 seconds left to go in this first quarter. So,
well, the ball, the nose hit. Let's call it the 34-yard line. Community events, sports stories, contests, videos. We've got it all. Local TV for me. Just go to www.localtvforme.com. And the neat thing is, you're going to get connected. All right, local TV for me. All right, they are going to punt.
Well, maybe. Is this a big punt?
And that's true, yeah.
Now, look at Stoner out there in that second. Look, I don't see him out there.
See if he's
no, he's not in that bunch because that would be something I would think about doing.
For the blockers, okay.
But with 35 seconds left to go, you're just going to get this ball away and try to regroup. But look for that fake, though.
No, good snap. I thought you said that, Gary, and I thought, they're going to do it. Miller's got it, catches it.
He has no idea what a fair catch is, does he?
Well, no, and he looked like Willie Mays running out there, turned around, just picked it. But they had people all over him that time.
Yeah, I don't know. But if I could get down that field, I go, Drew, you got to raise your hand there once in a while, bud.
Well, he had his back toward the defenders and caught it over his shoulder. First down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line for the Kenton Ridge Cougar. Their own 35-yard line as we're down to 27 seconds remaining here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Dybert has a man-to-man coverage down here. I'd go right back over here to him. And I would take this shot right down to the field. And I don't think that is Dybert. It's, look at deep.
Miller's
going deep. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Josh Hill is out in the middle.
Uh-oh, good pass.
There goes Dybert.
Got it.
There's Dybert.
Take this one and ring it up.
And we got a flag on the field.
Another touchdown, but what is the flag? Is it holding? We'll find out. That was just a nice pass and catch. Calvin Dybert.
Now look at this pass all the way out there.
Look at it.
In stride. Now this is going to be a block in the back if they call it. I think that's ticky-tacky. Oh, no. That's not going to be I don't think that's going to be against Kenton Ridge.
No.
Watch this play. I think it's going to be against the shove in the back by Ben Logan. Let's see. And that's indeed what it was.
They're going to count it. So that was on Ben Logan. I think you're right, Gary.
Yeah, and then Dybert caught that ball, so Gibson's going to be in for the kick. And that's number 42, Brandon Gibson. He's a sophomore. And again, holding for that's going to be Lehman.
Left-footed kicker. As Lehman will be down. He's down on that one knee. And, boy, a lead of 27-6 and make it 28-6. 28 first quarter points. This offense is moving the football.
14 seconds.
They're taking all the breaks, too.
Well, if you look at that scoreboard, and now this is something you can do. You keep going, Lee. You don't just say, you don't settle for where you are, because that's where people let other teams back in the game now. For Ben Logan, let's give them some credit. Their star quarterback Tanner Perkins is not on the field,
but yet
they got a
football.
a running back that's doing the best he can, and they got a brand new quarterback in there, Austin McGowan. So he's doing a pretty good job. They're doing a good job with what they have, and that's all you can do against this. This is pretty much a machine tonight. From
It is
Kenton
a
Ridge.
machine. Although I was talking to some people, and sometimes you got to watch Kenton Ridge because you don't know what you're going to get from week to week.
Exactly.
And this is a good week.
And I think that's what, as long as Joel Murat has been coaching here, that's something I would just keep, putting in the kids' head, and what this game's over tomorrow.
Move on.
So
Yeah.
you got to start, being consistent, playing this way and fixing those things each and every week. But it's true because Kenton Ridge will play great one week, and the next week they'll get blown out by a team they shouldn't lose to.
Absolutely. All right. As kicking the ball off will be Gibson.
Yeah, we'll have a running clock here if we're not too careful here.
Well, yeah, 2 more points, and it is going to run in that second quarter. All right.
And you want it to run just because you want a pork chop.
I do want a pork chop. Boy, are they
Look at that. He's down right there.
down with the football. He probably should have
Robbie
let it
Smith.
bounce.
Robbie
But
Smith.
Robbie Smith.
Well, he was. Look at the defense was all around him there. So he's not going very far.
All right, ball at the 34. I don't think any time ran off the clock. Yeah.
14 seconds.
14.3 to be exact. And Ben Logan kind of slow, kind of lethargic out there right now. And a quarterback in the shotgun is the sophomore quarterback, and this is first big start, Austin McGowan. Looking over the middle.
Oh,
nice
boy, look at that play there.
Very nice pass
Kenton
play.
Ridge going after the ball instead of making the tackle.
Yeah. So who was that? Was that Allen? I'm trying to see who got that one. Okay, Abbott. Abbott came up with that catch.
Matt Weichel, who scored the touchdown, comes in for that tackle.
And there's the end of the first quarter, all zeros across the board. And that ends it with a 28-6 lead for Kenton Ridge. More action coming up with Ben Logan at Kenton Ridge on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by Dave Cale Chevrolet, The Security National Bank, and Harding Road Pharmacy. A lot has changed in 80 years, but at the IH Credit Union, some things will never change. The IH Credit Union will always be member-owned and will always do what's right for our community. Stop in today at the IH Credit Union.
It's time to eat, and you want great Mexican food with friendly service at a fair price. It's time for
My Mariachis.
With 3 convenient locations, you're never far away from a great meal at
My Mariachis.
Don't accept imitations. It's time for
When your ride is overheated, choking, spinning, sputtering, stopped, or just too slow, trust the pros at Muffler Brothers. With locations in Fairborn, Urbana, and Springfield, you're right around the corner from repair service you can count on. Get your car the attention it deserves. See the real pros in town. Muffler Brothers.
We are back with the Cougars hosting Ben Logan and not being a very good host on the All-State Hometown High School Football Game of the Week as the second quarter action will get underway, brought to you by Jim Twiggs. But it is a very fruitful first quarter for Kenton Ridge. They put some offense together with 28 points, and some of that by the help of Ben Logan.
Well, they just moved the ball really well. Talking about Kenton Ridge, not only on the ground but to the air, making few mistakes, and that's what they have to continue. And they had to clean up some issues. They had some interceptions. They had way too many interceptions, and Lehman knows that.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell a quarterback he's thrown picks. It's just getting that timing down and just getting that confidence back. So, the 6. If you just end the season with 6, you're fine.
Yeah, but have you seen his passes? They're out in the
And
flat,
they're crisp.
and I mean they're quick
And
crisp.
and they're
Yeah.
to the right person. Here comes Stoner to this side. Look at, got to get down low. Nice tackle.
Man, coming through there like he was shot out of a
Seth
cannon.
Anderson.
Seth Anderson.
Yeah, I don't know how many tackles. He's got at least 6 or 7 tackles tonight by himself.
Well, he came in with 11 solos and 12 assists, 23 tackles altogether.
You got Braden Holt over here on this side as well. And,
So a pickup of 0, losing.
if you look at that
about 5
line,
yards.
the line kind of outsizes Kenton Ridge to an extent in the middle of that line, but there's some big bodies in there still for Kenton Ridge.
Oh, it looked like a bowling ball rolling across. Nice pass out into the flat.
Bad angle. Yep.
Finding some running room over there. Coming up with the catch. It looked like the Hazel. Or was it number 3 or
Now,
number
if you
2?
watch this,
Abbott got it. Abbott
this
got it.
replay, this is what you don't want to do as a corner. You're taking a bad angle. Now watch, shooting across the screen here is Miller. He can't take that angle. He's got to go back deeper, and he took that angle, too soon and was outrun. So he's coming over the sidelines right now, and that's exactly what the coaches are telling him.
Shaking their
Say,
fingers.
you took a bad angle. Yep.
I was impressed with McGowan. Nice pitch.
Boom! Somebody hit in there. That was
Stoner put his head down and said, I'm going to get you. Stoner.
Cordell.
Yeah.
Robert Cordell, and he just he's a senior as well, and he just put a big hit. But Stoner kind of took him back a little bit, and he got help from the rest of the Cougars.
About a yard pickup. That's about it. Second down at about 9. 28-6. Ben Logan trying to put a drive together and get back into this. They're going to need to pick up some points.
In a hurry.
Yeah.
Blitz coming in. Blitz.
Okay, and nice catch.
Oh, that was a nice throw.
Catch. Pushing and shoving going on, and coming up with the football for Ben Logan.
Now watch the replay here. He's going to go downfield, and this is a
Woodrock,
real nice pass. And that blitz came too late, and Carson Jones has pretty good coverage. But that ball's right on the outside shoulder, and they're right down there at the 9-yard line.
Well, there was great defense, great offense. There was some pushing and
Real,
shoving.
real nice pass, so that should give the quarterback a little more confidence. There's a flag.
And there's the whistle. Flags flying as it's going to be second and in goal.
Timeout there.
Oh, timeout going to be called? All right. So timeout called, and Ben Logan wants that second timeout, I believe, is what they've got. And there's still a lot of time in this first half. We are just underway. Whoever turned the lights on, thank you. 10:30 remaining here in this first half of action, and it's been all Kenton Ridge so far, and they have picked up on their breaks and have just come up with the football. Don't forget at halftime, as always, we're going to try to be giving away somebody's money. That being Security National Bank, and don't forget, eyes on the officials. Always brought to you, Gary, by the Ohio
Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, and they have been with us since inception. And as we were talking about, this is year number 20 for us doing this, which is some of the kids that are out there right now weren't even born. So
well, there are some of them that are coaching now, coaches. Now.
That's true. Yeah, they're all. You have grandkids out there now, so
hydration
hydration is really important in this game, and the weather has been so hot. And a lot of people think you can just drink right before the game. You need to drink about 2 or 3 days or even the week before and stay hydrated. Otherwise, you'll be getting cramps. And so far tonight, we haven't seen any cramps.
Scotch and soda would be good. Don't forget that. Ben Logan trying to put it in about 10 yards away from pay dirt. Stoner's got the football, goes over to the left side.
See, they're hitting him
Gonna
hard.
drag people. Now look where he's going to end up.
See, they're hitting him high, and he's carrying him back, and that's been textbook Kenton Ridge tackling for years. They got to hit low and drop him because he's going to run right through you. He's a big guy.
Second down and goal from what about the 6-yard line? Yep. Well, he is a big load, and somebody yelled in the press box. He's a load, yeah, I guess. At that, from what we can see, height and weight in a pretty good weight. The play clock is down to 14 seconds. So plenty of time. Ben Logan taking time. What do you want to bet Stoner gets it again?
No, it's a pitch to the outside, man.
Abbott's going to try to run to the outside. Took that cut upfield, but he's not going to get it. There was a whole bunch of gang tackling going on.
Moved it back.
Down there.
Actually lost a yard as they moved it back. Now watch what happens. The man in motion is going to get this pitch, which is actually a forward pass if he fumbles it. And he's going to cut right back in the inside, and look at that. That's good. Now notice how they tackle him. Of course, if you're tackling a big guy, you're going to try to if you go down low, you know it's going to hurt, but you got to do it and take him down.
And I'm kind of surprised because they sent Stoner in the same direction as Abbott.
Here's a pass play to the outside. Close
Got
to
it
a
in the
lateral.
flat,
Got to
trying
go
to
tackle.
find some running room, and that was a good tackle, Gary.
And just shooting through there again, 56 for Kenton Ridge, Seth Anderson. Now watch this. It's an outlet pass, pretty parallel to the quarterback. Could be a lateral, but we can't tell from this angle. And then look at this attack by Seth Anderson. Comes up, and he has help from other people back there, which is good.
Nice catch.
Number 3 for Ben Logan was Joel Abbott trying to make a block, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but Rodenberger did a nice job. 4th down, rolling.
Got
a man wide open in the end zone.
And look, watch this. There's a hand on the ball. This is a great defensive
I thought he got
play.
it, yeah.
No, coming up there is going to be Michael Sloan, I think. Now watch. There's a hand that's going to come up here, and let's see if we can see it. And there's the pass. Yep, 22. Skeens comes up, the senior, and that's a touchdown if he doesn't hit that volley.
Yeah, because Skeens has sent it in another direction and made it wobbly, and the receiver went down, just could not come up with the football. So here's Kenton Ridge as, again, this time not good field position, but they get the football back.
Yeah, just protect the ball and just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hand out, and boy, and finding a little bit of running room over on the far side.
Lehman.
Yeah,
Lehman to Lehman.
Every time you do something like that, I remember the old basketball team. Was that
the Stevensons at Northwestern, and it was like there were 3 on the court at one time. So we just said they
Mike,
have the ball.
Bill, Bob,
they have the ball. Or a 2-pointer Stevenson. Yeah.
It's going to be second down, about 5 yards to go for the first down. 28-6 in favor of Kenton Ridge. Nice running room. Look out! As this time it was Lehman, number 1, Dylan Lehman.
One tackle, boy, and watch this on the replay.
He's got a touchdown, yeah.
Now watch this on the replay. He fakes to the Lehman to Lehman. Fake that. I'm going to take it this time, bro. He says as he comes up the middle, and one tackle, and I think he could probably have outrun the other one, but that's real nice pursuit by Ben Logan. Otherwise, that's another touchdown, and then we'll have a running clock.
Yeah, I think he had touchdown things in his eyes. Nice pass out into the flat. It's going to go at the 40. Fumble, but was he down?
No, I'm going to say it's going to be a fumble, it looks like.
Jordan Miller had that. All right, Jordan Miller fumbled the football, and Ben Logan comes up with it.
And that's, one thing we were talking about, just continue this first half, continue this game without any penalties. Let's see if we get it. See where they mark this ball, but I'm not so
looks
sure.
Like about the 40.
I thought it looked like he might have been down, but
I thought so. Yeah,
we don't have that benefit of the replay here.
All right, so the ball's going to be at the 44-yard line of Kenton Ridge. It'll be Ben Logan's football. Is that the first turnover that we've seen from Kenton Ridge? Yeah.
That's the first turnover from anyone.
First turnover tonight, so this has been a pretty good ball game.
And that's a stat I can keep all by myself.
1 plus 0 is 1. Oh.
And there's the play clock down there.
Play clock, yeah. It's off. They got to reboot that.
And here they go, trying to quarterback's a nice tackle.
Yes,
real
very
nice tackle on the outside.
And
the number is 56, and I don't think you know who that is. That's Seth Anderson again. Now watch him shoot across. He's all over this field, folks. Look at him come through that line and make that tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
The leading tackler on the team coming into the ball game.
He's
going to leave the leading tackler.
2-yard loss, and that's real nice to see from Seth Anderson because he works hard, and he's a junior, okay? So when he's a senior, people will be looking at him.
But the one thing, Gary, that I've always gone, why do you run to the short side of the field?
Well, you run to that side because you won't get a holding penalty over there.
Maybe not. Nice catch.
The theory is if you run to your side, the short side, in front of your bench, you're not going to get a holding penalty.
Late flag after the catch. So we'll see what that's all about.
Let's see here on the replay here. And I don't see anything going on. A nice catch, but I don't see anything here.
Well, this happened almost after the whole play. And they're going to call it, it looks like.
Yep, personal foul.
Okay.
Something happened somewhere in that line.
Well, Sam Massey.
Sam Massey, yeah.
Massey coming in, he was holding his helmet, and he did something wrong.
And Coach Murat is talking to him right now and saying, yeah, you can't do that, but we're okay. Just don't do it again.
When you're ahead 28-6, you can do that.
Yeah, but that's when you get careless. So
I know.
Make sure 7:14 left to go in the first half, which has been a pretty good appearance here by Kenton Ridge.
Inside the 30, down to about.
They make a stop here. This will be a big statement to Ben Logan going into the halftime because they're going to have a lot to have to work on.
Yeah, they do. I think the one thing that if they can get a touchdown here and get some kind of points later, they receive the opening kickoff in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm pretty impressed with Austin McGowan, the young quarterback. He's doing a good job there. He goes back, fakes that pass. There goes
Stoner with some nice, and he just puts his head down and moves 3 of the Cougars downfield.
And Matt Weichel comes up, hits him high, and he knew who he hit.
What it'll be coming at you here?
Yeah, now watch Weichel. Yeah. Watch Weichel shoot through here. Number 21 on the right hand of your screen, right here. He's coming up from his cornerback. Bam. And good team tackling too. That was Josh Skeens as well.
It'll be second down at about 7 for the first down.
And you got the.
I think we got
too much time. You could hear the coaches upstairs. Coaches from in the press box up above us. The coaches for Ben Logan were just yelling, move.
Yeah, I think
exactly
there were
what was wrong.
Too many players on the field for Ben Logan, I think. We will see. Oh, no flag. They're saying there was a timeout called. So Ben Logan apparently had called the timeout before the play even started. That's all their timeouts. As we are down to 6:39 remaining here in this first half.
Ben Logan in years past has always been a pretty good battle with Ben Logan, Bell Fountain, and there's Bell Fountain still on a roll.
That's who they play next week, Bell Fountain.
Bell Fountain's on a roll again with Toby up there and the way they play, and the new teams that have entered the league in the CBC, 3 new teams, and that's really changed up the CBC, which used to be in the old days was Shawnee, Kenton Ridge, of course, and then Tip City. And Tippecanoe is now in the Miami Valley League, which is a totally different switch. And Piqua went the same way. So in the Miami Valley, in Miami Valley League, they play each other, and there's 10 teams there.
Yeah.
So they like it talking to some of the coaches and people in that league because it kind of gives the schools the same size, similar playing time or play the same type teams.
I always thought the G1 was too big anyway. That's just me. 3 receivers to the top of the screen, and the officials calling, I don't know what they're calling.
Oh, my gosh, lightning.
Oh, is there?
We saw lightning. He pointed to the sky, and
the players are, a couple of the players.
6:38 on the clock.
Yeah, Logsdon
6:39.
One of the players. And I'll tell you what we'll do. With the lightning, there's going to be a bit of a delay. So let's go back right here as we check things out, and we'll be right back here with Kenton Ridge and Ben Logan on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
Although the world is ever changing, the basic rhythms of life remain the same. One being people's passion to build families, communities, houses, businesses. But turning passion into reality is often challenging. For all of life's moments, count on Security National Bank.
Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons has a 30-year history of serving the ophthalmic needs of the Miami Valley. The Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons specialize in meeting the medical and surgical eye care needs of the entire family. Dr. Larry Fish, Dr. Gary Lau, and Dr. Scott Stork are committed to providing our patients the best medical care with a personal touch. Schedule your appointment today in Springfield, Urbana, London, or Beaver Creek, because seeing is believing.
I'm drier, Lynn. I might smell like a spring breeze. I'll burn your house down.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
And we are back and just about ready to go again as the Cougars hosting the Ben Logan Raiders, and the Cougars of Kenton Ridge have gotten off to a great start, Gary, 28-6. And we still got 6 minutes left here in this second quarter.
Well, you know, they're so balanced now. As you see, Lehman's going to take it back, and he's going to cut it clear back across the field, looking for blockers. He doesn't need blockers because he has that speed, and he's going the outside, and that's the first touchdown that we had, and that's Lehman going in with a rushing touchdown. And then this next one is you're going to see is the big guy, and this is Stoner going in there. He's a big running back, and they're trying to tackle him way too high, and they finally figured that out in the middle part of the second quarter, and they have to hit him low. Here's Lehman on the outside. Again, he has a shirt-tail tug, and he has that balance and goes back to the right side and goes on in with some good blocking up ahead of him. Here's a little long pass play by Lehman.
Watch this.
And this is right to Dybert. Dybert cuts back, and he just scampers, and he doesn't have to do too much, and he goes into the end zone for his first receiving touchdown. And then, of course, here comes Ben Logan. They're going to try to go to the outside. He cuts it back in, and nice defensive play by Kenton Ridge as they keep it down there, and then they get the possession, the turnover, and it's 3rd and goal. So as the ball's pitched out to the outside, coming up on that tackle is Seth Anderson again, and he's just done it all night long. When we finish this half, it'll be interesting to see what stats he has. And then the quarterback is coming in here with fourth down, trying to go to the end zone, and it's just tipped, and it's a beautiful tip. And coming across, and he did it again, and that was Josh Skeens. He's a senior. On senior night, he saved a touchdown there, and that's where we are, 28-6 here at, the Lewis Field here, and that's, famous for what we always are here at Kenton Ridge. So,
yes, Lewis J. Phillips Field.
Phillips Field.
Yep. Right here at Kenton Ridge, and 6:39, and the teams are lined up, and it will be Ben Logan's football. So they will have it, and there it goes. Roll the clock. Rolling. Nice. Got a man wide open. Can't hit him. Was rolling out to the left and just wide open out there as McGowan just could not come up with the pass. Yeah, Abbott was out there, and he just couldn't get it. Couldn't get a hand on it. So it's going to bring up, what do we got here? 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 6:31 remaining here in this first half, and a lead from Kenton Ridge of 28-6. As Ben Logan was so crisp in running that football.
Well, we had this delay too, and that kind of takes your momentum away on both teams. Let's see what they do here. They're going to pass outside, and that was a nice pass. He looked left. That was a crossing pattern, and look who was covering in there. He got a man-to-man coverage with a smaller wide receiver. Carson Jones is a shorter cornerback. They used to have Dybert on it. Now watch coming across the middle. He looks left, perfect. Comes across the middle,
Peterson,
and then Carson Jones is a lot shorter than Peterson and made a nice tackle, but they want to make sure they got Dybert on him man-to-man.
1st down, 10. Going to hand it off. Stoner with the football. Found a little bit of an opening. Followed his blocking. He had a bit of a hole over to the left. Did not take it, but still picking up positive yardage, and positive yardage of only 1 yard.
Yeah, big guy Sam Massey coming through there. He's 6'3". He's 280-pound senior. And he did his job to put the other big guy down on the turf.
Well, he is a big guy, too. I wish they had some weights here. And
they don't have anything on the roster for Ben Logan.
Yeah, because Stoner, one of the check that leading tacklers, on the football team. Of course, he's rushed for 245 yards this season. That'll go up a little bit after this ball game. Looking out into the flat, passes out. No, nice catch down at about the 10-yard line, and then is rudely hit the
Seth
ground
Anderson
right there.
in there. Yep,
Yeah.
Seth Anderson once again on that tackle. Now watch, he's throwing this ball pretty well, and the defenders coming in, they got to get their hands up. Now watch right here on the outside on the edge. Get your hands up in the air right now. Too late.
Yeah.
You got to get those hands up in their face right away, and coming across that needs to get those hands up is going to be Cyrus Straley, and he's a big kid, but he's going to get those hands up and try to knock that pass down before it gets out of the quarterback's hand.
You need to throw a bullet out there. He had a little bit too much loft on it and gave the defense time to catch up. 8 seconds on the play clock.
Drop that ball on the ground.
Can't find the handle is McGowan, but he's got a little bit of running room. But we'll have to see where he got the first down or not. That was a third down play.
Matt Weichel came across, shooting across to make that tackle. And he's going to be about
4 yards
short
yeah.
on that outside. And at this point in the half, because we're looking at 5 minutes to go in this first half, they need some points in a big way, and they're going to go for it down here. It's just about as good as a punt. It's like a punt.
I think they should.
But there's no doubt not to go for it here.
That's a good snap.
He's back to pass.
McGowan
right.
looking, got his receiver, and cannot hold on to it.
That's just a low pass, and I think you might have seen those. Watch the defenders back there, and you're looking at number 5, and that's Michael Sloan. And watch him come up on this ball, and I think the quarterback sees him, and it gets a little shaky about letting this ball out of his hand. He knows he's got him in the right, and now he sees the defenders with Anderson. Look at that coverage over there.
Yeah.
And he has to throw it low. If he throws it high, it could be picked.
And he did that right. I mean, that was at least thrown where only his receiver could get it, but did not. Here's Kenton Ridge.
And they should be pretty fresh. They had a little break here with that rain delay that we had. And no lightning delay, not rain.
Delay, yeah.
Right up the middle.
There goes Lehman again, and he has just been really, really impressive. And you know what's impressive? He's not a giant guy, but he breaks a lot of tackles.
Yeah, and when you look at his size, he's a 165-pound senior, 5'11". He does have that height, but he has that low. He kind of stays low to the ground when he runs, and once he gets going, he's
behind
gone.
The lineman, yeah.
Once he gets going, he's gone.
Picked up 9. Going to bring up second down at about yard and a half to go for the first down. Is Lehman. So he's going to head. You can see it right to this side of the screen.
Look at that blocking downfield.
Oh, what a nice block!
And that blocking, they're upstairs. You can probably hear the thumping, but that was really clean blocking. If you watch here on the replay, Dylan's going to come fake. Got bumped into his own player.
Yeah.
Straightened out his face mask and watch the blocking downfield. You got a good block here by Drew Miller, and he's just holding this guy. Not holding him, he's hitting him. And I guess some people might call that holding, but you're not going to get that, and especially when you're running towards your own sideline. Your own sideline coaches are not going to say holding, flag.
Well, that's
why you run to your home bench.
Lehman. Now he's going to roll to the right side. Well, he's got some running room. Is he quick or what? Crosses the 40. Gets
Real nice
out,
tackle coming through there. 68, a big kid there, that Gabe Hemmingarden. And he's something else,
But that was about an 11-yard pickup. I thought he was going to get more. Ben Logan's lucky he's still not running.
And Hemmelgarden's had several tackles tonight, number 68 for Ben Logan.
Yeah, 41-yard line as Miller comes over to this near side of the field is where he is going to set up. And Kenton Ridge with the big lead, scoring 28 points in this first half. Well,
now, Drew Miller is down here at the bottom of the screen with Peterson on him, man-to-man.
And there goes Lehman again. This is the Lehman show. As he keeps wanting to
cut first
back,
down
and the official almost got knocked down on that block.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a pickup of about 12 yards, and that's going to be another first down, Gary.
Yeah, Tanner Anspach in there on that tackle. He's a running back and a linebacker. Haven't seen him too much as an they just said from the booth here, Fred.
The linebacker.
The tackle by the official, and he raised his hands. That way you saw on the screen. That was fun. That he can have fun. But he almost got rolled up on the back of his leg.
Yes. All right, now he hands it off.
Counter.
And they're going to get the same thing on the counter play. Heading up over the right side, Weichel picking up very positive yardage.
Yeah, so you get locked in there, Lee. You get locked in on Lehman, and then what happens? You give the ball to Weichel, or else you dish it off to Drew Miller or Dybert. I mean, there are a lot of weapons that are at work tonight here for Kenton Ridge.
I love it. You take the handoff and throw it over the middle.
Yeah, talking to some of the fans and the people around the stadium here tonight, and they said, hey, this is, the best they've seen Kenton Ridge play in a long time. So it's because it's pretty balanced.
Yes.
And they just wish they could see each and every game turn out this way.
Kenton Ridge set up. Nobody in the backfield except for Lehman. Lehman
Oh,
out
boy.
into the flat. And that was a nice defensive play. Trying to get the football was Jordan Miller for Kenton Ridge.
And as you remember, Jordan had that fumble on that first possession he had.
Yes.
And look, watch him pass. Now watch the corner linebacker come up real quickly. And that's a real nice play from Ben Logan. And shooting through there is Caden Whitrock. And he's a DB playing out there as a corner. They got 4 deep corners back there, 2 safeties and 2 corners. Here's going to be a reverse, and there's Dybert's pass down the end zone.
Oh, here it is, heading downfield, wide open if he can get it.
Oh,
just
boy.
Overthrown.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Dybert really, he stepped into that one.
And we said this before. Come back to the same play, and he's wide open again. The reason he's wide open is the 4 defensive backs were playing tight, and Dybert throws this with a pretty enough air. Right here, Lehman kind of lost it and is looking for it. That's a tough catch, folks. Over the top of your head. You don't see many baseball players do that.
Looking back over your head. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And plus you got a helmet on.
But
that blocks it as well.
That brings up 4th down. Of course, they're going to go for it here at this end of the field with the time ticking away.
4th down and a couple. Ball just across the 40. Inside the 40 at the 39.
Just under 2:20.
And the play clock was down to 0, but who keeps the football? Guess who? And there's the first down for Lehman. Lehman gets it down to the 30, just inside to the 30-yard line. And the clock is rolling. 2 minutes. Well, it's stopped now because the first down, but 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here.
Now watch here on the replay. When you see the replay, watch who gets this tackle, and that's going to be the big guy Stoner on him. And he comes away. I take that back. It was not Stoner on that tackle, but he was in the picture there, and Lehman goes down with the first down, and that clock's just ticking away.
1st and 10. Ball just nose inside the 30-yard line. And success running the football is Kenton Ridge. Counterplay in the backfield. Being hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but would not go down. That being Weichel. Weichel takes it inside the 25, down to about the 23, 24-yard line.
Zach Forshee, number 62, gives him a big push. And in the background, you can see that beautiful moon back there.
Beautiful orange harvest moon.
And we just had a word that on Friday the 13th, we wouldn't see it until when?
Well, 2040.
2040.
And by that time, I'll be 108.
So you really don't care, do you?
No. The handoff up the middle. Caught right at the line of scrimmage.
And I like that tackle. Coming up with that, the big guy. And he didn't want to slam him down looking at Aiden Neely, and he could have, but he just pulled him back down on top of himself.
Somebody's getting up real slow. He's laid on by about 30 people. Going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and about 5 yards to go for that first down. Play clock is down to 17.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
53 seconds, that's all.
Keep an eye out for Josh Hill at the top of the screen, wide receiver. Got wide receivers down here at the bottom and the top. And he's going back to pass. And
wide open.
There he goes.
There was nobody. There was a missed
That's what I was talking
assignment.
about. I said, watch Josh Hill. And right to Josh Hill.
Miller.
There's
number 9. Miller got the football.
Let's see. Josh Hill cut across the center. And there it goes to Miller. I beg your pardon. I had the numbers switched when they switched. So there they go. Good touchdown.
Two defenders.
Well, Hill was on the top, and then they did that crossing pattern. So that's probably what happened with that defensive package there. They went the wrong way, too.
Mm-hmm.
As my eyes went the other way, so did theirs.
We're down to 42 seconds in this first half, 34-6. And I think Kenton Ridge called a timeout. There he is. There's the man that caught the football. But, those are the toughest catches. As the ball is coming to you, you're looking, going, there's nobody on me.
And you just don't, don't drop it. Don't drop it.
Do anything, but don't drop
it. Just catch this thing. And then you get that in your head, and you're trying to tell yourself to get it out of your head, and by that time the ball's in your hands.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, whoops, 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 whoops.
When somebody tosses you something, you want to try to catch it, and you always end up just fumbling it and bobbling it, and then you finally catch it. And
I did that when I played football.
If it's a pen, you stab yourself in the chest because you're going for it. You know?
Yeah, I'd get that open and trip. So, but Miller did a nice job.
Good look at the coaching staff. They're talking to, and they're talking to Hill coming over on the sideline there at number 4, and he's the one that really was a really good decoy for Drew Miller because he faked me out.
Are they gonna go for 2? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're setting up for a 2-pointer here.
We shall see.
Let's see who's on the outside.
There's 42 seconds left.
Divert's over here on the bottom, and then we've got Weichel in the backfield with the quarterback. And
it's a fake to Weichel and carrying the football. Did he get down close to the goal line? No, he did not get in.
And he's going to be just short.
Yeah, Lehman is short.
So there's our watch it. Oh, it's real close. Real good defense by Ben Logan. And let's see. There's a hole there for a second, and he just doesn't get in there quite quick enough. And boom. And that's really close, but his knee's down.
Well, he couldn't get in there very good because Taggart Beatty was the one who put his hands and slowed him down.
34-6.
Yeah. So 34-6 with 42 seconds remaining now.
In the first half.
Yeah. We are close. Yeah, I think they were trying to get to the 30-point thing in a running clock, but it's close. As we understand, it's going to be a bit of a short halftime.
Short halftime, yeah.
I'll be out there in my shorts. And so it has Ben Logan who's going to receive the kickoff. And we're going to have to see. Woodrock is back deep and going to kick the football for Kenton Ridge. Will be Brandon Gibson. Gibson teeing it up at the 40-yard line.
Kind of took over those duties from Dybert to get him involved in the game here.
Well, he can't throw the football. He threw a bullet out there to the intended receiver. Lehman just wasn't low enough. There's the kick. Well, it's a nice end-over-end kick. Caught it about the 11-yard line there. The clock is rolling. Nice running room to the 20. Look out. He's got that far sideline and then will step out of bounds. So good yardage for Abbott, who nice run, took it out, and we've got our throw for dough. Security National Bank, look at the ladies that are going to be throwing. Macy Wills for Kenton Ridge, and Hannah Logston for the Raiders of Ben Logan. And, of course, they're going to get $50 for the athletic department just for being in the throw for dough.
And we had a winner last week. We had
$500.
$500 for Springfield.
So hopefully, there's a lot of times you'll see them practicing on the sidelines.
35 seconds and
Ben
rolling.
Logan coming as they tried to set up a little bit of the screen in the flat. It's just overthrown. So the clock will stop with 31.8 seconds remaining in the first half. And, boy, it has been all Kenton Ridge, 34-6. Going to bring up second down and 10. Stoner's been kind of quiet, though, hasn't he? I realize they're down, but you might as well give it to the guy that got you the first score.
Well, you got to remember, he's been carrying it quite a bit, and probably not. There's a pitch out to him on the outside, and there's got the outside.
Got the corner, got some running room, puts his head down.
There's how you tackle.
Yeah.
And guess who did that? Drew Miller.
Drew Miller got the tackle.
With a bum elbow and everything. Now watch him come across the string. Number 22 on the outside's got to have containment. He doesn't have it, and that's Josh Skeens. He gets outside of him. But shooting up here, but at the bottom of your screen is going to be Drew Miller hitting low, and that's how you bring a big guy down. That's textbook tackling right there. Little hole there, but they didn't call it.
Out of the flat, and that's not going to pick up much. It's going to bring up a second down. Second down at about 9 yards to go as the clock is stopped.
8 seconds.
With the out-of-bounds play for second down, and about 7 yards to go for the first down.
Ben Logan usually rushes for 188 yards and receives 281, and receiving kind of off. For Kenton Ridge, they're usually around 317 and receiving at 248, and tonight they're way over that mark rushing.
Well, Ben Logan has given up so
far.
They've
had to change their plan, too. Ben Logan had to adjust for a new quarterback.
Well, a new quarterback, that's true. But the defense, again, averaging 77 points. And that's going to be intercepted. And
Drew
that should
Miller has
just
got
about
he's got himself a touchdown, and he's got himself an interception, and he's got himself a textbook tackle. Now watch him go back, and he's so fast. He has perfect coverage on him because it's a give and go. It's an outside pattern, and then he turns it upfield. And look at where his coverage is.
Oh, he's right on him.
He's
right
back
on him.
there as
there
a safety. He's the safety. The corner is on him, and on him who's been on him all night long is Matt Weichel was on him, and he comes across, and Drew Miller gets the interception, and that's going to probably do it here, Lee, with the second left. They're just going to put a knee down and
1.2.
Probably just come to the sidelines and then.
Yeah, it's going to be victory formation.
Yep. So.
And that will do it.
That's the end of the half.
For the first half of action with Kenton Ridge out in front, 34-6. Coming up next, we'll take a look at some of the first half action. We'll also be throwing for dough, brought to you by Security National Bank, as Kenton Ridge host Ben Logan on the local TV for me, Sportsnet.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the IH Credit Union, Los Mariachis Mexican Restaurant, and Springfield Clark CTC.
I'm Nick Jacobson, and I'm a senior in the Electrical Trades program at the Springfield Clark CTC. Currently in my class, we are being taught motor controls and three-phase commercial power. My goal is to further my education through an apprenticeship and become a power distribution lineman, and all I had to do was commit. Career opportunities making meaningful impact today. For more information, visit www.scttc.org.
I may be an orthodontist, but I know a thing or two about... Perfect.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
And we are back. You can see the score right there. I don't know, 34-6 is what it is. I'm kind of amazed right now. Although Ben Logan's given up 77 points in 2 games. We are back with Kenton Ridge leading 34-6. Let's check some of those first half scores, Gary.
The first half scoring drive started right here. Quarterback's going to roll right side, and that's Lehman. He's going to cut back to the left side. Has blocking. Nobody else to block because he's coming across there, and he's going to take it all the way out. And he goes around the corner and beats the defender there for a touchdown. That's the first score of the game. And then for Ben Logan, they got the big guy in there, Stoner, and they're hitting him high. It's not going to work, and they just carries him into the end zone, and they kind of fixed that as the quarter went on. And that was 7-6, and Ben Logan missed the extra point. Here comes Lehman again to the right side. Almost tackled. His balance brings him back. He cuts back to the right. Goes in the end zone. Drew Miller with his hands up instead of the official. And then rolling right here and going way deep to Dibert to wide open in stride.
Look at that cut he made.
And real nice hill. Gets a nice block. Doesn't block anybody in the back. No flag, no harm, no foul, but it's a touchdown.
Wow.
And then back again is Lehman. Lehman looks right, and the crossing pattern, Hill goes underneath, and on top, wide open, is Drew Miller, and he has that, and that brings us up to the score, what we have right now, and that's 34-6, and then towards the end of the half, we had Drew Miller, who caught the touchdown pass, get an interception. For KR, 200 yards rushing for 442 yards passing, and 1 turnover, and for Ben Logan, 71 yards rushing, 92 yards passing, and 1 turnover.
And we'll be coming right back here at halftime with Security National Bank's Throw for Dough, as Macy Wills will be throwing for Kenton Ridge and Hannah Loxton for the Raiders of Ben Logan. It's Kenton Ridge and Ben Logan here on your local TV for me, Sports Network.